Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. The Minister of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining, the Honorable Philip Allwell, is back with us to talk about areas under his portfolio. We thank you for joining us or rejoining us. Minister, thanks again for your company. The ICT sector, a sector with such a vast potential, Minister, our locational and other advantages are huge. Why is it more happening? What are the plans going forward for information and communications technology?
Very well. Well, we need to start by acknowledging some of the improvements, massive improvements with the liberalization of telecommunications, and we take that for granted, but we are coming a far way where Jamaica,
for your signal rule.
Yes, where Jamaica was probably the country with the lowest teledensity to where we are now at the highest. But we are not satisfied because it is not good to have a reputation which says that we are in the top 5 percentile in the world in terms of the amount of time we spend talking and texting. That is not what this is all about. You don't achieve a knowledge-based society in that way. So what we are preoccupied with now is to make sure that there is ubiquity in broadband telecommunications. And I'm very pleased that the players now are much more focused on that, and I'm driving them to move away from this fixation on voice and to put it instead on data. And we're achieving some success there. That is going to enable Jamaicans now to exploit that basic infrastructure for economic well-being, growth in the economy and job creation. There are so many things avenues that are being created as a result of that capacity that broadband provides. Now, in relation to the wider ICT, and I should also mention that we see ICT for what it is. It is an infrastructure, but it's also an industry. So the infrastructure is being rolled out. We are utilizing it in our schools. We have an e-learning project, which it has gone pretty much quietly, but there is a revolution taking place in our secondary school system where we are providing computer labs. We are now providing the broadband access, and by September we're moving into the primary schools to make sure that the youngsters now have at hand the technology that will enable them, especially with those who are curious, to seek out information and to use that information for their growth, but eventually for economic well-being. Then there's the industry. And we have been in the mid-range of the industry for some time, starting at data entry levels. We are now developed, people see us more as a call center market. But of course, we have to get to the top of that industry where people are involved in software programming. In relation to the mid-range, we are seeing now new opportunities. Those of our friends in North America who were looking to India and the Philippines,
Bangladesh,
they are now realizing that Jamaica and this part of the world has greater cultural affinity to North America. And of course, the travel distance is less, and we speak better English. And our accents can be varied, to achieve
adaptable.
Precisely. Our major problem now is office space. We have telecommunications. There's no destination in the world that can compete with Jamaica in terms of the quality of our telecommunications. Very shortly, we're going to be announcing in Montego Bay the removal of the last vestige of exclusivity in that free zone and to allow that to be subject to competition. But having achieved that, and we've seen prices plummeted from where they were in 2000 to now, we need office space. And we are therefore calling upon the private sector to
invest in
work. Yes, there is value in it. It is profitable business. And added to that, the government is prepared as a part of a deal to throw in the land, government lands.
Government is prepared to do that?
Yes, we are prepared to do that. If you can come to us with a plan to develop office space, we need about 1 million square feet of office space, and we are focused as usual.
And you can use that?
We can use that. Over time, we can use it. Montego Bay, there's no space now. people are clamoring for that. We see Mandeville as a major area. You have a university, it's a university town, bright youngsters, unemployed. And of course, Kingston and Portmore together. We believe, as a cluster, we believe that we could take a lot of office space there and we'll be able to attract visitors. They don't really want to, investors don't want to come to Jamaica to develop real estate. They want to plug and play. And that is the opportunity that we need to provide for them.
Opportunity for public-private partnerships.
Absolutely.
In this area. Minister Philip Paulwell telling us some exciting things that are taking place and exciting potential in the information and communications technology industry. He has more to tell us when we come back from our break.
Coming soon, the dawn of a new era. Peace, love, unity, in celebration of full free, brain, brawn, and beauty. It's our Golden Jubilee, snapshots of post-independent Jamaica 1962 to 2012. The Jamaica Information Service traces our history from independence to 50 in pictures.
This book is a collector's item. It doesn't really matter what the cost is. I think every Jamaican is going to want to have one. It should be in every library, in every school. And I can tell you, it is going to go like hot bread.
Place your orders now. Call 926-3590-3 or visit www.jis.gov.jm.
It's important. It's important to have this kind of record in a society which throws away things from our past. And so this book is for me a delight because it recreates some important moments from the past.
Our Golden Jubilee, snapshots of post-independent Jamaica 1962 to 2012. Another first-class product of the Jamaica Information Service.
Welcome back. The Science, Technology, Energy and Mining Minister, the Honorable Philip Paulwell, is here with us speaking about important matters under his portfolio. Minister, science and technology, crucial area. How much attention are you giving to this area broadly?
Yes, but I don't want to use the word priority again because we've spoken about energy.
Yes.
But really, nothing is going to happen to transform Jamaica in a dramatic way without a total preoccupation of science and technology. But there's another letter, I, innovation. Because that is how you get innovation, by your scientists, your technologists now looking at opportunities for value added, looking at new ways of doing things, both in the production of goods and in the delivery of services. And so the ministry is going to be focused on developing this culture for innovations. We're going to have this year the Minister's Award for Champion Innovators. We are going to incentivize, we're going to say to people, we are going to treat you special when you innovate to grow the economy and to create jobs. This year we're going to have tremendous prizes. The committee that has been established to make this function possible in November will be chaired by Professor Errol Morrison, and it is geared again towards lifting innovators to a new level, but also to get them to appreciate and to get the country to appreciate the link between that and economic development, intellectual property rights. So that all of these innovators now will have to register their patents, their copyrights, and so on. We have to ensure that all the institutions that contribute to S&T are in sync. The government also has to, in this way, prioritize, because I think Jamaica needs more engineers, we need more ICT people, we need more scientists and technologists, and some of the funding that we put into other areas that are not priority areas, we really might have to now show
so you
some
could skew
preferences.
student loans toward those particular professional
I want to
pursuits.
encourage our engineers. I want to encourage more cohorts into the universities. I want to see expansion taking place in those faculties rather than some of the other faculties that, with respect, you could do on the internet.
Yes.
Yes. So these are some of the things that we are doing. I am developing a very close relationship with all the universities, Northern Caribbean, UTEC, UWI. In fact, their S&T department faculties must see me as their minister as well as a Minister of Education. We have to get our companies to appreciate the role that research and development must play. And I'm amazed that there are so many large businesses in Jamaica that do not have an R&D department, an R&D budget. We're seeing graduates of the university in chemistry and so on going into professions that are so dissimilar from their training. So we have to get the country to be preoccupied with that. We have to get small and micro businesses to appreciate the need for S&T, the utilization of ICT, for example, as a basic requirement and component.
But the government has to provide some incentives, Minister.
Absolutely.
The experience of other countries has been that government has to do the front loading.
Yes, of course. And we are doing that in terms of some of the write-off to your costs and so on. But, you know, it might be a chicken and egg situation, but I don't see how a business can survive in this day and age without somebody in some back office or front office saying, listen, we need to ensure that our quality is improved by this means. We need to be able to add, we need to be able to distinguish what the producer in Trinidad and Tobago is doing from ours so that we can create greater value. The SRC is going to be transformed. We now have a businesswoman who is chairing the SRC. She claims that she's also a scientist, but she's there as a businesswoman because we now have to get our people to appreciate the link, the inextricably link between business and science and technology.
So my question was about whether you're working closely with your colleague, Minister Anthony Hilton, in industry investment. And
of course. And you know, he has an agency, the Bureau of Standards, that relates to the SRC. So in this way, there is joined up meant in the government. Again, science and technology as a part of the portfolio is a most crucial part. The Prime Minister will be re-establishing the National Commission of Science and Technology under her chairmanship. So at the very highest level in our government, there is this appreciation, and that body is going to be, will be restarted in another couple of weeks. Now that we have settled on a path going forward.
Minister, we have run out of time, but limestone, is government still thinking, are we going to be trying to exploit that area in mining?
Absolutely. We didn't say much about mining this time, but I have given the ministry an additional push in relation to limestone. Jamaica is 90% limestone. There's so much value added that we can achieve. Again, energy is an issue, transportation. We are going to be promoting limestone. There are some players already in the business, but there's more value added that we can achieve. And yes, we are moving in relation to that.
Thank you very much for your time, Minister, and for all the valuable information which has come out. We thank you for your company. The last 2 weeks we've been talking to the Minister of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining, the Honorable Philip Paulwell. Next week I'm going to be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.